Yeah, it was good, Con. What was share, my brother? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna give everybody. We'll start in the 2 minute mark in the stream. So we'll give everybody exactly 1 minute. We'll do it in the 3 minute mark. We'll give 2 minutes for everybody to join. Since we just turned the stream on, we just posted the link everywhere. Give everybody a few minutes to join. But hope everybody has had a great Monday. Great trading week to start of the trading week. Sorry, I was reading a text. Great start of your trading week, right? Hope everybody had a good Monday. Today was a bank holiday, so I wasn't really that active on the charts looking for entries or anything like that. So, I didn't even turn the stream on for today. So, tonight we'll do our session again. We'll start now in a minute. We'll give everybody another minute, and we'll be live again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Again, this is not the session that we look for entries. This is just us updating our charts, going into a 30-minute time frame, updating what we could be expecting for tomorrow's markets. So then the pairs that we're going to be looking at, they're going to be the ones with the red folder. You'll see it now. We'll turn them on. It'll be AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, USD ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and US oil. I missed one. No, we're good. So any other questions? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Whether or not they're on our list, let me know. You'll see some of the pairs have drawings on them. I'll explain them. This was from the Discord call that I was in today when I was explaining what I was looking for and what we could potentially be looking for and what we drew out on Sunday, right, for the weekly market breakdown. So a lot of these drawings are also from the Sunday breakdown. So we'll talk about, what price did what we were expecting on the pairs that we have drawings on. When would the trading session be tomorrow? Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time. So in 12 hours from now. USDCAD, yep, we'll go over that one. And you said USDCHF. Let me turn that one on for you here. Alright, cool. We'll do that, no worries. Alright, let's get started, guys. So AU, we know that AU, we are in A2, so we're looking for that downtrend push. We know we don't have any continuations. Right now, we're still trading within the previous higher high and higher low, right? And we're in a situation where right now price, even though we are in an overall market makers pattern downtrend, we could still see that price is still giving us a pullback. It's still giving us higher highs and higher lows. We still have 2 months of rise. We have 2 weeks of drop where price already gave us a new weekly low and price is just consolidating here. So at this point, we just need to wait for price to give us a confirmation, right? Is it going to give us that change of character, break of structure, break of the high of the zone of consolidation to continue going long? Or is it going to break these lows? And at this point for AU, right, so let's go ahead and start deleting the drawings, right? We're gonna clean our charts from what we had drawn from this weekend. And I'm just gonna delete everything because we know we're in a zone of consolidation. We know what we're looking for. We don't need all of this on our screen. This was more for the examples and everything else. So let's get rid of the fib. Let's get rid of this fib. Right. Let's have our clean chart. Right. So we know that price gave us a day of drop. Perfect. No worries. We had a 372 that price did not give us for today. But what did price give us here at the lows after it rejected or after it respected, or I'm sorry, after it retested the point of interest, the pullback? It gave us an engulfing candle, right? So AU is still giving us confirmations that price is going to continue this uptrend push. However, again, I'm not going to, I can't type on top at the same time, sorry. Damn. I'm not going to be taking trades going long. Again, this is going counter against the overall trend, so I'm not looking for these longs. However, the higher it goes, the better for us. All I'm looking for now is a change of character, break of structure to the low side to start looking for shorts. Could that happen down here? Absolutely. So we'll just wait it out. But at this point, again, I am expecting price to continue this trend to the top side. We have a 30-minute gap here at the top of the market, so even if price doesn't give us the break of structure to continue the push to the top side, I know it still has to reach these highs. And again, in these highs where price has been consolidating for the last couple of days, it's just very simple. Price is either going to break the top of the zone of consolidation to continue that higher high and higher low, or price is going to just reject these highs the same way we have the last couple of times we've been up here. Right? The same way we've rejected these lows is the same way price could reject these highs. So AU, we'll just wait this one out. It's still looking good, right? If you're a person that's trading counter against the trend and you're looking for rules to take trades going long, you could definitely take an advantage on those trades. Euro AUD, we are in V2. We're in the second zone consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We're in the bottom of the zone consolidation, so we know we're in the safety trade. We're in the safety zone to take these trades going long. However, again, we know that the trend is still lower low and lower high. So now we'll go into the 4 hour, and that lower low, lower high, we'll see it. Right? We had lower low, lower high, which really is a 30-minute frame. The structure in the 30-minute, because we know that our 4-hour structure is still the same as our daily. So at this point, we can still see in the 30-minute time frame that we're still trading between that lower low and lower high. And this is where we avoid getting faked out. Right? So why didn't this little higher high, higher low flag post pattern to go long, why didn't this work out? Right? Because we know we're still trading within the lower lows and lower highs in the higher time frame. Right? So for us to start taking a trade on Euro AUD, for me to start being comfortable taking a trade on this pair, I need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. And those higher highs and higher lows are going to be here on the 30-minute time frame. So regardless, we know that we're trading higher high, higher low, and higher high. Right? So 30-minute higher high and higher low is up here. What has price been doing after we made these highs? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And it wasn't until this little push up here that price gave us finally a higher high. Right? So at this point, we have a day of no net. We had a gap in the market. We still have gaps here at the bottom of the market, so we know price is going to want to come and give us a pullback. Once it gives us this pullback, 30-minute gap, we need to fill this gap up. So right now for Euro AUD, I'm not really looking for anything. We have 2 days where price has been moving sideways. Not going to really entertain this one. We don't have any continuations in the 4 hour. We have no continuations in the daily. Again, we're just still counter trending. So once we start making higher highs and higher lows, that's when I'll start taking a look at Euro AUD. Hey Leo, what's good, my brother? Welcome to the session. Sorry, like damn, like stuttering a little. What's going on here? V1. Right, we're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Right here at the top of the zone of consolidation, what are we looking for? Looking for that break of structure. The same way we're looking for that break of structure on GU, the same way we're looking for that break of structure on there's another pair, I think GA or GCAD, where we're looking for a break of the zone of consolidation. That's what we're looking for here on ECAD. And we can see in the lower time frames that price has just kind of been moving sideways, which we can see here in the 4 hour. Price has been rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, going back up to the highs. And I don't know why I don't have this marked up. We have a week of rise here. Right? So at this point, could we expect price to continue to push to the top side? And we can see that price indeed did. We had a change of character, we had a break of structure, price continued, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's start deleting these drawings as well and everything else so we're not confused. Right, so we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and 30-minute low. We had 2 days of rise. On the third day today, we were looking for a 372, gave us a beautiful 372, and finished the day on a no net. So it gave us another rise no net. Could we expect price to continue this trend to the top side? Honestly, at this point, I would love to see a pullback before anything else. So again, this is a pair that, first and foremost, we're looking for a break of structure. So we know that we're looking for price to continue the push to the top side, right? To then continue, right? Or price is going to give us a steep pullback, which is what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for price to give us a break to then give us a steep pullback into these lows to then continue that push to the top side, right? So just putting 2 and 2 together, Alright, and also just looking at how price is moving. We still know that internally we were trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this still be a lower high to continue going short first to give us a pullback? It could be. Right, so I just want to make sure that we're getting in on the right spots. And the fact that we already have 6 days where price has been moving straight up with no pullbacks, it's kind of rare. Right? It's a little weird. So EURCAD, I'm not gonna add to the watch list. We had a nice 372, very beautiful trade. I'm looking for that, for a price to give us that pullback to then continue. Euro USD daily time frame. Let's start fresh here and delete some of these drawings as well. EU, we are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Right, exactly what we talked about with EU. Where am I looking for price to give us a pullback to before we could continue? It'll be here on the 200 EMA. Right, we know we have 3 months of rise. On the third month gave us a rise in no net. Could we be expecting price to continue this trend to the top side and give us a 4th month push? It could happen. Right, looking at the structure, we know we had 2 weeks of counter drop. This week being the 3rd week, price gave us a 3rd weekly low. Also looking at the structure, we know we were trading higher high, higher low, and higher high. Where would we be expecting price to give us a pullback back down to the previous higher low? Right, create the inducement to make people believe this is where price is going to continue to go short, right, and then turn it back around and go long. So right now for EU, we just want to start looking for the lower time frame to start giving us higher highs and higher lows. And right now we know that price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. Right, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, right, lower high up here. Now price broke these lows, right, and these lower lows down here. Cat's going crazy right now. Price also gave us a gap. Gap has been filled today, and then price went down. Okay, so then we had a bullish 4-hour candle with a day of drop. No problem. So E is going to be one on my watch list. This is one that I'm going to keep on. What am I looking for? I'm pretty much looking for the internal time frame to start giving me higher highs and higher lows. Could we argue here and say that this is where price gave us a 5-minute shift? Right, we could say that. So in the 30-minute, what I'm pretty much just going to draw is just to continue the trends, right? If price breaks these highs, we know we want to continue. Alright, so if we break these highs or if we look for these lows, we're pretty much trading within these two areas. So EU is definitely going to be one on my watch list. Let me go take a step back real quick. AU, we're looking for a pullback. EA, we're looking for a pullback. ECAD, we're looking for a pullback. EU, we're looking for price to start the trend. So let me open up our watch list in our Discord real quick. Daily watch list. 10/14/2024 watch list. Okay. What's good, Albert? What's this shit, my brother? GA daily time frame. We are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. Once again, at the top of the zone of consolidation, not the best place to look for a trade. And we can see that price rejected these highs, went lows, rejected the highs, went low, rejected the highs, went to the middle, rejected the highs again, went back down to the bottom. Right? And this is a situation where are we going to be looking for price to just give us a pullback back down to our lows and our daily lows? Are we going to get a pullback back down to the zone of consolidation? Is price just going to give us a higher low in the internal time frame? Right? Could price be turning around where we see in the internal time frame we have lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high? The only thing that's missing here for us to continue to look for these highs, right, for these long positions is the break of structure. So we also have a gap here at the bottom of the market with GA. So this is still, again, I'm not going to be actively trading it. I want to see that break of structure happen first. I want to see this gap being filled first, and then we'll start taking a trade. This is a pair that I am expecting this type of movement to happen. So if I don't get this type of movement down here, then I'm not going to be taking a trade. I'll be looking for a pullback to happen first before taking a trade on GA. So GA, we're just going to skip for now. GCAD, we are still at the highest point in level 2. We already have the break of structure, right? V1, after the first zone of consolidation, you're looking for that second push, that second trend. The only thing right now, we're looking for a pullback. We can still see clean higher highs and higher lows this entire time on GCAD. Only thing I don't like about it is we don't really have a significant pullback in these areas. So GCAD, I would love to get a pullback. In the 4 hour, we have a week of rise, no continuations just yet. And in the 30-minute time frame, we're still going up. Right? We have 6 days where prices just been pushing up. So again, as I was saying, even in the daily time frame, right? What do I want to see with this pair before I could even trade it? I need to see price give me a pullback. Okay, so in this case, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and where we're at now. So trading between this 30-minute low and these 30-minute highs aren't set yet, but I'm just gonna keep it here. Right, and GCAD is not a pair on my watch list, so I'm not even going to entertain it. GJ is another one that I'm not going to entertain. Right. We're still trading in the daily time frame. We're still trading between higher high, higher low, and higher high. We don't have any continuations. We have 2 months where we can see we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Everything else that's happening inside is just 30-minute structure, right? And in the 4-hour time frame, we could see that in the 30-minute structure, what has price been doing up in these highs, right? Rejecting, 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 right? And then now we start seeing how price is breaking. So let's do something here real quick. I'm going to okay. So what I'm gonna do is add a line here because this is the high that we're looking for price to break. We're gonna put this as a dashed line and put it green. And we're gonna circle how many times price has rejected these highs. And I'm gonna put a box in here as well. So we can have this area marked up as to where we want to see that break of structure happen. So right now we're still waiting for that to happen on GJ. I'm not going to be taking any buys until we get that break. If we don't get that break, then I'll be looking for shorts. It's very simple. GU, the daily time frame, we are trading in V2, or I'm sorry, V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push. We have the break of structure. That's already our confirmation for our second push. However, the only thing we're looking for now is in level 2, we're looking for that pullback to happen on the 200 EMA. So at this point, we know that we have a pullback between the 50%, right, which is all good. But for this to continue this uptrend push, for us to say, oh yeah, we're going to get in on a trade on a 50% retracement, what do we need to see in the lower time frames? We need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. And do we have that? No. We can still see lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We got to wait for price to let us know. Is price going to give us a higher high, higher low? Is going to happen up here? Or is price just going to give us a lower high somewhere in this area, right? And start pushing back down to the bottom. So that's what we're trying to avoid by not taking these trades here. So at this point, again, we still have a day of no net where price has just been moving sideways. No continuations, nothing too crazy to really say. Again, we're still making lower lows and lower highs, so I'm not going to entertain it until once we start making higher highs and higher lows. That's when I'll start trading it. US30, we have 2 days of rise again. Again, this is a pair I'm not really going to be trading. I'm not going to entertain it. Um, you know, the continuation's cool. After the continuations, if we just continue, it's just no, there's no way. I'm not going to play their game. And all of this was in the 1 minute time frame too, or 5 minute time frame, which could be a good thing, but I'm not going to confuse you guys with that. I'm not gonna go into the 1 minute time frame and confuse you guys with structure and all that. Because again, if you can't see it in the 30, if you can't see it in the 4 hour, the daily time frame, you're not gonna be able to see structure in the lower time frames. There's nothing wrong with that, but we will explain that soon enough. Alright, so let's start from the top to the bottom. So daily high, we're still trending, so we still don't really have a set daily high just yet. Price is still just pushing high, so we'll just keep this here for now. Again, we're in a higher high, we're in the highest point in the market. Exactly what I said here, right? Daily time frame, we're still up, we're in the highest point in the market. In the 4 hour, we're still in a higher high. We still haven't really made a pullback for a higher low, right? And in the 30-minute time frame, right, in our 4 hour high, we have to change it too, but there's no set high just yet, so we'll just keep it like this. And in the 30-minute time frame, we're still making higher highs and higher lows, right? Which is what I have drawn here, right? Price is still making higher highs and higher lows. So, at this point, again, some may say, oh, but if it's still making higher highs and higher lows, let's start getting into trades. Well, yes and no, right? Because getting in buys in these areas where price really hasn't given a pullback is not the best idea. And again, we know that we have these gaps at the bottom of the market, so we just gotta wait for price to really turn around. Once it starts giving us change of characters, break of structures, and we know we could take those trades back down to the bottom. Right before that, you're getting into trade way too early. So, even if you got faked out today, there was a lot of people in NYC today that got faked out. Right? How many people thought this was an engulfing candle? They had the engulfing candle, the break, the retest. How many people you think felt like kings when the NYC opened at 9:30 and they went straight into profit? And then what ended up happening? Price went back up to the highs, right? But what is this? This is clear type 1 pattern in an uptrend. It really is just, again, there's so much in the market to learn, where if you're not looking at the markets in these conditions where you understand, okay, we broke out of the zone of consolidation, but what don't we have? We don't really have a nice continuation. Why? Because the trend is still up. If you really look at the trend, what is price still doing? Higher high, higher low, right? Higher high. Before and after, before NYC opened at 9:30, did we have a break of structure? No. What was price doing? Just consolidating, right? In this zone of consolidation, what do we have? A break of the zone of consolidation, a retest to continue going short. But where did price go short? It went short at the previous structure low before the break up to the top side. So like these trades were very simple, right? Like again, if you're a trader trading both ways, right? Not even both ways. If you're a trader who are just taking trades, right? On days where you're not supposed to be taking trades, you have to understand the reason why, right? So I'll be keeping a close eye on US30, but it might not be any real trades coming up for US30 soon. USDCAD is another one, man. Would love to start taking US30 trades, but this is a pair where I have to stay away. I need to see a pullback happen first before anything else. If I don't get a pullback, there's no trades for me, right? And in this case, again, we don't really have a set pullback. We still have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And higher high, do we end up saying that we're gonna use this wick as a higher low point? Like it's such an ugly, it's an ugly thing seeing pairs just move crazy up or crazy down with no pullbacks. I don't like that. Right, we're in a position in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. But once again, this is a pair that hasn't really given us a break of the highs just yet. So just like the other pairs, just like every other pair we look at, before we could continue the push to the top side, we need to see that break of structure. So If we go down to the 4-hour, we also know that we're trading between our, let me go ahead and delete it. I don't want that on my screen. Okay. We have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week. We already have that 3rd week push to the top side. So I'm not really expecting price after this week to continue the push to the top side. But again, just like we were talking about in the weekend session, right? We have a break of structure of these highs, right? And we'll map it out from the bottom to the top. So in order for us to have looked for any of these trades going long, what did we need to see? After the inducement, we needed to see price break these highs, right? Did price break these highs? Yes. Did price give us a break of structure? Yes. Perfect. After we break this, where was the next position that price had to break? Had to break these highs, right? Did price reach these highs? Yes. Did it break these highs? Yes. Okay, perfect. Was the next zone, right? So now we know that the next zone, the next point of interest that price has to break is these highs over here. So could price continue this push to the top side? Absolutely, right? And there's other places, like let's say here in the daily time frame, we can see that this is just like a little retest of that break. In the 4-hour, we'll see that as well, right? This is where price gave us higher high, higher low, boom, lower low, change of character. So could price not reach the entire high? Absolutely, right? There's also other things like, you know, do we have an engulfing candle? In this case here in the 4-hour, we don't. Not a valid engulfing candle, right? But structurally speaking, we know that price could turn around here instead of continuing that push to the top side. However, now the question is, well, how do you know if price is going to turn around or if price is going to continue? This is where you got to just start looking and continue to look at structure. Is price giving you higher highs and higher lows? Yes. It never turned around. You could always see that higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? So, would you say it might push further for now, bro? Like I'm still in the trade. Like I was telling you, right? I've literally what I've been saying all pretty much for the last 3 days, right? As long as it follows structure, you'll be fine, right? Price continue to follow structure the entire time. We never had a break of structure. We always had higher highs, higher lows against higher high. So just continue to do the same thing, right? You know that you're trading between this higher high over here and you're trading between this higher low, right? So we're in a position right now for USDCAD where we're looking good. And again, just keeping it up in the 30-minute time frame. You know, just staying focused on the 30-minute and the 5-minute, looking at, okay, where is price turning around? Right, again, higher high, higher low, higher high. Is price gonna continue the break to the top side and make higher highs? Then you know you could continue. But if price starts breaking below the lows, then you know you gotta stay out. So just continue to follow the trend. Once again, we at least know that our next point of interest is these highs over here at 38545. So just keep an eye on structure. That's all we could do as traders, right? This is already overkill for this week. This isn't something, what you're seeing on USDCAD is not something that you could replicate tomorrow, right? This isn't something that happens often on USDCAD or on any pair. This is just really a once in a blue moon type of trade. It's been a long time that we haven't seen price just continue to trend like this. So USD ZAR V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, which is beautiful, and we're looking for price to start giving us higher highs and higher lows now. Now we're looking for price to turn around. In the 4-hour time frame, well, first of all, we know we have a daily engulfing candle down here at the lows, red, red, green, right? And we're looking for that retest back here at the lows, right? But what do we want to see before that retest is for price to start turning around. I want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows, and right now in the 4-hour, we can still see lower lows, lower highs. In the 30-minute, we could see that change of character, break of structure, right? Change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, higher low, and then push number 3, higher high. So at this point now here, this is where we had the retest of the previous higher low, and price started turning around, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, to where we're at now. So we had 2 days of drop, today being the 3rd day. Price gave us that 3rd day low because that's counter, it's against the trend. We're not going to mark it as a drop rise. We do have a day of rise, which is good. And at this point, we just gotta wait it out, right? Is price gonna continue to make another higher high? I just gotta wait for a little bit more data to come in. At this point, we pretty much know that we're trading between these highs and these lows. So we'll wait for price to break out of either part of these zones, and then we'll see what trades we could take. USDCHF, let's see what this one is. So this one doesn't really have a clear market makers pattern. This is just still, we can see lower lows and lower highs the entire time, right? So we know that we're in a lower low, and in a lower low we're looking for price to turn around, and we know that in the 4 hour we're also still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. So these are a point of interest where we're looking to see, okay, is price going to give us a lower high to continue lower lows, or is price just going to continue to give us higher highs? And we know that price reached these highs twice, rejected them, and then broke them today. So perfect, that's looking good. Let's take a step back and just delete all of this real quick, because this looks like a monster movie. What's this? Retest back. Okay, perfect. And this is the point of interest in the 30-minute to continue that push to the top side. So the question now is price going to continue this trend? Again, this is in a weird spot. Oh, I deleted the fucking box. Damn it. Sorry for cursing. Let's draw it again. Right. For me to start taking a trade on USDCHF going long, I need to see a break of these highs over here to continue to the 4 hour high, which is up here. That's what I would wait for on USDCHF. Right, so we're either going to see price here turn around and start giving us lower lows and lower highs, or this is where we'll see price give us the continuations to the top side. We're almost done here, guys. We're missing just gold, Bitcoin, and oil. But if you guys have any questions, any other pairs you guys want me to go over, just let me know. If not, once we finish with this, we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. So gold, we're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. We already have 3 months of rise. We also know that we are in a higher high situation. So we're looking for a pullback. Right, in this higher high, higher low in the 4 hour time frame, right, we had a little 38.2 retracement, and then price started turning around and giving us higher highs and higher lows. However, in the 30-minute time frame, our 30-minute lows and 30-minute highs haven't been broken. So we're still in a position where, okay, cool, we can see price pushing up, right? And today price ended up giving us, let's do this real quick, right, a bearish or bullish 4 hour candle, and price ended up giving us a no net for the day, right? But gave us a rise no net. Since we're in peak high territory, we have to mark this as a rise no net. So with that being said, could we expect price to give us another push to the top side? Right, it definitely could happen. We could see that price has rejected these lows, right? Let's first and foremost, we'll see if we have an engulfing candle. Nothing down here. Dude, my nose is itching like crazy. Right, nothing just yet. We'll just have to wait for structure to play out. But we know that we're pretty much trading. We want to see price break these highs, or we want to see price break these lows down here. Can you explain the 200 EMA? So yeah, so we'll talk about the 200 on the respected rule of the market maker's pattern. So the 200 EMA right now in respected to gold is not that important. Why? Because what I'm looking for on the 200 EMA is when price is in leaving V1, starting the second trend in the market maker's pattern. So for example, on a pair like GU, I'll be looking for a 200 EMA. Right? What I'm looking for is a pullback to the 200 EMA. Why? Because in level 2, right, every single time you'll get price to bounce off the 200 EMA when you're going into level 2. It happens here, it happens here, right? If we zoom in, sorry. Right, 1, 2, 3, right? And this is where we can see price giving us higher highs and higher lows. Right? And you see those rules being played out in every single time frame in the pair that you're looking for. So for example, if I go to the 30-minute time frame on GU, for us to start looking for these buys, what do we want to start seeing? We want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. Right? Where's that 200 EMA? Above the price. So right now we're still seeing price go short. And every EMA has the same rules, right? The 50 EMA, which is the blue one, I look for entries on the 50 EMA in level 1 and in level 3, which again in the market makers pattern, right? Level 1 in a downtrend, first zone of consolidation, level 2 in a downtrend, right? Second zone of consolidation, level 3 in a downtrend, right? Then price turns around. Level 1, I'm looking for price off the 50 EMA, first zone of consolidation. Level 2, I'm looking for the 200 EMA, right? We're looking for another zone of consolidation now to happen after the second push is done, and then on that third push, I'm looking for the 50 EMA, right? So, you often talk about it, yeah. We just don't. I just don't explain it that much, but that's pretty much all it is, right? Because I like to keep it simple. There's a lot of people who don't really like the EMAs, but the whole difference of this channel compared to everybody else is they'll tell you they don't like EMAs because they don't know how to use them correctly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, you don't need to use the EMAs. The other person that does, right, the other one who does the mentorships and the streams on this stream, you'll see that he doesn't even use the EMAs on his charts. Right? We're looking for the exact same thing. He just doesn't use the EMAs. He feels more comfortable without them on his screen, and that's fine, right? Everybody has different rules. I like them on my screen at this point in my trading because it's just an extra confluence, and that's what I like to teach when I do my classes, which you'll see, right? I always talk about, yes, we could have pinpoint entries without using these other tools, which is 100% fine. But if you have 3 confirmations, 4 confirmations, 5 confirmations as to why you should take that trade that you're taking, you're going to feel more confident taking that trade, right? So in my case, I just like using these tools for an extra set of eyes, for another just confluence, another reason to take a trade, right? So it's not necessary, but it is a good tool. Again, it's just a tool. It's training wheels in the market. Market structure comes first. Again, you see that I have fibs on my stream. You see that I have the EMAs. I'm not married to one strategy. I trade the markets. Whatever the market is giving me, that's what I'm trading, right? So, and then obviously I have some set of rules that I follow in that as well. So it's a lot to take in, but again, it's the repetition is when you'll see it, right? That's why showing up to the sessions are really important. Showing up to the live trading sessions are really important. Showing up to the weekend sessions are really important, since that's really the time that we break down the charts and talk about the market makers pattern and talk about the reasons why we're looking for certain things in different time frames and stuff like that. Bitcoin finishes in 15 minutes. Okay, so Bitcoin, we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. This is very messy. Right, so second push, we're looking for 50 EMA on the third push, right? On V2, we're looking for price to give us that third push to the top side. We're looking for it on the 50 EMA, so we're looking good. Right, we had a daily engulfing. On this daily engulfing, we had the retest. We understood structure. We're still trading lower low and lower high, right? And in the 30-minute, we're still making higher high, higher low, higher high. Price then gave us this higher low, and it looks like price wants to continue going long, which is perfect. And then we have our 30-minute structure. We're trading now is higher high, higher low, and higher high all the way to the top side. And Bitcoin gave us a very beautiful trade last night too. Right, yesterday during the weekly session, we were talking about looking for this trade here in the zone of consolidation. And in the 5-minute time frame, right, when we're looking after the inducement, what did price give us? Change of character, break of structure, retest back down to the low. These were beautiful trades taken on Bitcoin if you were active on these charts. Can't ask for a better trade. Can't ask for a better trade. This was beautiful. You had the break of structure above the 800 EMA. You had the inducement at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. You had the internal change of character, break of structure, retest to continue. This was a picture perfect Mona Lisa trade for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I'm not really gonna look at anything until tomorrow morning. We'll see how this continues to look. Um, yeah, pretty much very similar to US30. And last but not least, US oil, guys. We have another day of drop. We had at this point lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, and then price came back down, and we're still at these 30-minute lows. US oil, we are in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation in a downtrend. We are looking for that second push to the bottom. And again, this is a zone where we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. And you can see as soon as price started the downtrend push, where were we bouncing off on? 200 EMA, 200 EMA, 200 EMA, 200 EMA. Right? In the 4-hour time frame, where are we bouncing off on? Right now we are going back down below the 200 EMA. Right? Perfect. We were uptrending here. We're doing a little pullback. After the pullback is done, we're looking for price to turn back around and go short. And that's exactly what we're seeing. So, could be looking for a, would just like to have an opportunity to trade oil. The last 2 days, oil has been opening the markets and just dumping, right? Or vice versa, they'll do it going in an uptrend. But you know, these last couple days here, we haven't been able to really trade it since ADR for the day has already been hit by the time we wake up. So that's pretty much it for today's session, guys. Really the only pair that really stood out for me for today was Euro USD. At this point, I'm still looking for price for a lot of pairs to give me a pullback before I could take a trade. And that's what I'm seeing here. A lot of pairs are in their higher highs. As you can see, we're in the highest point in the market, or they'll be vice versa, in the lower lows in the lowest point in the market, and we're looking for that shift to turn back around, which is the case for GU. For GJ, we're in a higher high. We're in the highest point in the market again, just pretty much waiting for a pullback or waiting for rejections. Same thing for GCAD. Same thing for GA. We have these gaps at the bottom of the market. EU, same thing as GU. We're just waiting for price to pretty much turn around and start giving us those uptrend pushes. ECAD, same thing. We're in the higher high. We're waiting for a pullback at this point. EA, same thing. Pretty much waiting for a pullback to happen. And then AU, same exact thing. We have these gaps at the top of the market, so we know that price really isn't ready to continue this downtrend push. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Any questions? Anything you guys want me to explain again? Any pairs you guys want me to go over? Anything at all, let me know. If not, we'll be done for today, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Time for the live trading session. No questions. I'll give you guys another couple seconds here. Let me know in the chat. Make sure you guys join the Discord. The Discord will be posted. The link for the Discord will be posted in the chat as well. It's in the description, but we'll keep it easy for you guys. Thanks for the session. No problem, Khan. No problem at all. Alright, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. For those who are already watching this in the morning, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll be back again in exactly 11 hours. I'll be back on stream, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. See you guys in the morning. Again, any questions? I'll give you guys another couple seconds. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds here. Any questions? Let me know. Thanks for the explanations. No problem, Mr. Albert. Anytime, my brother. We'll be back again tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening for the session again. And one-on-one sessions. Don't forget, if you guys need a request or want a request on one-on-one session, you guys could do that as well. Completely free again once in the Discord. Can you look again at USDCAD real quick? Yeah. What do you wanna? I mean, there's really nothing for me on USDCAD personally. Again, if you're still holding a trade, or if you're holding a trade, I would say perfect, right? You're in a perfect position to continue to hold the trade. If you're looking for another entry at this point, I wouldn't recommend it. Again, in my opinion, in my years and experience that I have, I wouldn't really start looking for entries up here at the tops anymore. But again, if you're holding a trade, just continue to hold. We have to go back to what we were saying. The next point as to where price has to give us a break of structure is going to be in this area over here, right? So the fact that price, we still have a few pips to go to reach those highs, you know, you could still have a good area to hold these trades before price turns back around and goes back down to the bottom. Or vice versa, price could just continue the trend to the top side and finally give us the break of structure that we've been waiting for the last couple months, right? But either way, we have to wait for those confirmations. We still don't have those confirmations on USDCAD. Right now, all we could see is price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows the entire time. So if price, you know, just again continue to follow the trend the same way we've been the last 4 days, right? We have higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher high, higher low. We know that we're looking for price to either give us, you know, higher low to higher high, or we're going to start looking for price to turn back around, right? And then do the same thing down here. We're either going to respect these lows to continue going higher, or price is going to just break these lows and go short, right? So we just got to wait that out. You have these two zones, you have these two areas where you're either going to wait for price to respect and go back down, or you're going to wait for them to break and give us a break of structure. But that's pretty much the only thing we could say here about USDCAD. You know, we have no continuations, we have no pullbacks, we have no real point of interest as of yet on USDCAD. But alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for the live trading session. Hope you guys all have a good rest of your night, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. Thank you, no problem, my brother.